For Biafra must be restored, for there is nothing the enemies can do about it. We have come that the will of the Most High may prevail. Radio Biafra is unorthodox. The way we do things are markedly different from how others do it. We are under divine instruction. We have come that Biafra may take control of these very proceedings this evening, for we are nothing without him. O Elohim, unto thee we repose all that we are. Do not allow your children, IPOB, to be put to shame. Do not allow us to be devoured by the hands of the wicked. Do not allow us, O mighty one, to fall prey to those who do not know thee. You will deliver us, not because we are righteous, but because of your mercy. Hear our cry and our supplication. We are not armed. We have not killed anyone. We have not jailed anyone. We have not done anything at all to warrant the level of destruction and carnage being visited upon your children. The same way Israel suffered, so is Biafra suffering today. And if you, him, can deliver Israel, so will you deliver Biafra. That is our hope. That is our anchor of everything that we hold dear as a race and as a people. You brought Biafra that light may come into Africa. You gave us hope because we are in a continent of hopelessness. And by thy grace, Biafra shall be restored. We shall be resurrected. We shall crown our efforts with the glory by the grace of the Most High himself. We are not strong. We do not pretend to be strong. All we do is to submit ourselves to your will, that your will may be done upon our lives. We have lost many people. We have lost so many good people. Their sacrifice will never be forgotten. We shall honor them, and for their sake Biafra will come. Israel lost people, and today Israel is here as a beacon of hope in a land filled with darkness. We beseech Israel because we are wandering all over the world, hoping against every hope that things will turn around for the better. It has never turned around for the better. Instead, it is getting worse. Please do not abandon your children. You have given us a commission, and we must accomplish it in our lifetime. We have come to honor your holy name. We have come to praise thee. We have come to honor thee, that your name may be glorified, adored, and praised forever and ever. Ise, Ise, Ise. I welcome each and every one of you, wherever you are all over the world, and I ask
Good evening, good morning, good night, depending on your time zone. Fellow comrade and lovers of freedom, this is Biafra Radio, and we are reaching you out from United Kingdom. My name still remains Mazi, George Umeh. I reside here in United Kingdom. And this evening is Good Evening London here with me. And this evening, I have got a host of Biafrans with me here in the studio. I'm going to introduce to you in earnest, and we're going to unveil what we have this evening. There's a varieties of talk we have to talk this evening. As I welcome you, please do welcome others. It's very, very important that our people listen to Biafra Radio, and you can download the app as well. We have our app is up running. Those could not afford it, the app is very mild on the internet, and past programs are being replayed there as well. As I'm going to bring Madam Anya, our head of finance, is here with us. Kanu is here with me. My co-host is here as well, Mazi Lawman. I'll just bring them into studio because this is interaction section. We have to talk about a couple of things this evening. And welcome, comrades, Madam Anya and Dewo. Welcome to the program. If you can introduce yourself, please.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm coming out.
You're coming out clear, but your picture is not coming out, just your voice.
Am I coming out clear?
Yeah, your voice is clear.
Okay, wonderful.
There, well, you're welcome to the program. Mazi Kanunta. But your picture, we cannot see your video though. Mazi, go on, please. Okay, yeah, now we can see you. You're welcome to the program.
Yeah.
Mazi Kanunta. Yeah, good evening. Mazi Kanunta. Mazi Kanunta, can you hear me? Mazi Lawman, please go on if you can hear me.
Yeah, very well.
But can you hear me? I'm still at the backstage, so I've not.
No, you're here. You're here with us.
Yeah, go ahead, Mazi Kanunta. Go ahead. We were waiting for you.
Go on, Mazi Lawman, go on, please.
Okay, while he fixes his device, I bring you greetings, fellow Biafrans, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're listening from, we bring you greetings from Biafra Radio on this very segment of our back-to-back broadcasting. You are most welcome wherever you are. It might be good afternoon, it might be good morning, it might be good evening. Stay tuned as we unveil this very podcast, this very episode, what we have, and also ensure you share this broadcast to the ends of the earth. From here, this is Lawman Obichie. Thank you very much, Mazi. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi Kanunta, can you hear us, please? I think he's still struggling to come in. Yes, this evening we got a couple of stuff to talk about. Firstly, Madam Anya, before Kanunta will introduce himself, we're going to talk about a couple of things in the finance this evening, and specifically there's something you want to address. So are we definitely going to put that up on the screen to read it out, and after that, I think we need to, because we talked about the Umeh account and not being approved by our leader last week. So as you were out with us today again, probably you throw some light on that particular account, because we never knew anything that went through on that account as he may. But I know Kanunta is having an issue with his network. Let's go through this for a minute. As it stands, everybody can see what is on the screen. It says stand for what is right. If you believe in justice, this is the moment to prove it. For transparency and accountability, all donations are in trust to the Divine Project team, 100 men and women in brackets, a dedicated body committed to ensuring that every contribution is tracked, protected, and fully accounted for. Go down and say for inquiries and support details, kindly reach out to designated contact priest Obinna, and the number is in the screen, which, Madam, I don't have to call the number, do I?
No, we don't need the number.
And the donation, but I think it is important to mention the website so people should know, make sure they don't pay anything on this. It says IPOB and in USA in one word.org/support and click contribute for legal work. Thanks so much. I think on the down there it says princess or something. So, Madam Anya, please address this. I will leave it on top there so you as you're addressing.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Mrs. Anya. By the special grace of Chukwu Kikabiama, I am the head of finance of IPOB worldwide. Today is the 12th of April, 2026, and it's a Sunday. Thank you very much for hosting this program, Mazi. Yes, somebody sent me this message you just read now. And I was wondering, since our leader mentioned this 100 men, everybody is just now trying to, as usual, to see what they can get from this. For all I know, I'm not aware of this. Who is this Prisobina, whatever he calls himself? I'm not aware of this. So I want Biafrans to disregard this. They have their website. They say it's IPOB in USA.org/support. It looks like this IPOB website that they have, even during that time of Simon Ekpa, if I'm not mistaken. This is the same website. I just want to tell Biafrans to disregard this. There is nothing like a 100 men divine project for them to make contribution. It's not, I'm not aware of this and it's not approved. I want Biafrans to disregard this, please. No.
Thank you, Madam. I think everybody will have that. It's very, very important that our people adhere to this very, very clear advice. So people will not say they're being misled again, because what we hear is people continue, to say that they're being misled. Now things are being clear. The 100 men has got nothing to do with people, putting up account. This is a project that Onyendu has been mandated and is going to go on. It doesn't matter how people feel about it. As we go forward, things will be happening, and as it happens, we'll bring it to you. Mazi Kanunta, if you can hear me. If you can hear me now, can you introduce yourself, sir?
Yes, I can. Sorry for that technical hitch. Exactly. Good evening, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, according to your time zone. You lovers of freedom. My name is Mazi Kanunta Kanu. I joined this program from Germany. Thank you.
Yeah, and there were Mazi. So, Madam Anya, as we've talked about this, there's something I want to ask you. Probably you want to say something about it, and it bordered into the finance. Because last week we spoke about Umeh account and what surrounded it. It's just based on what is happening now, because this is why you see people, putting up account has not been approved, and how all these things happen. We unveiled some documents last week and we talked about it, but just need to go overview on it again to let our people know, that Umeh account, a lot happened. We don't even know before the first account that was closed and Umeh account was unveiled. Because all this was happening, he was not aware of it. Just like as happening in the United Kingdom here, some parallel account they created without you being authorized. So, just of this now that happened, can you just throw more light on it, just to let our people, those that are not there before, that are confused, might still understand where we are coming from and where we are going. Thank you. You're mute.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. A lot of people have misused what is going on to cash out. First of all, apart from that hundreds and thousands of dollars, over 747,000 from a USA national account, our former national account, they have not accounted for it. Umeh account, of course, that one was not approved by Onyendu. Up to today, we don't know how much was donated into that account. We really don't know how much was donated to that account. Those that gave them that account, I'm sure he knows what was paid into that, and he has to account for it. He really has to account for it, because a lot of people have just been misusing this opportunity. The same thing applies to Canada. Now, before I go on, I want to read something out. Some people say that a dossier was misled, a dossier manipulated, a dossier deceived. It's not true. Nobody deceived anybody. Nobody deceived a dossier. Nobody deceived a dossier when he wrote a letter. I have the memo here because that's the only thing I think he has achieved in these whole 5 years is writing memo and disorganizing the whole IPOB. Edozium wrote a memo on the 28th of February 2023. Now, in that memo, I read, it says, following the unauthorized closure of the IPOB worldwide account in Germany by Mrs. Anya, without the knowledge of IPOB Directorate of State, and bearing in mind that the closure of this account was a calculated attempt to sabotage. Calculated. He said it was calculated and to sabotage. Now, I want to ask Biafra, who now sabotaged the whole thing? The same man writing grammar here. He was the one. He is the very one that sabotaged this struggle. This is a false accusation, which up to today he has not proven it. Even his those that are working for him, Collins Chinedu, confirmed that he got a letter from the bank that the account was closed. Now he is saying that GOS are not aware that the account was closed. And that's when they opened their fake account in Australia. They call it Biafra Aid Australia, the account. Up to now, we don't know what happened to the fund that was paid into this account. And this letter he wrote on the 28th of February is few days after Collins and his group removed me from IPOB executive in Germany. Few days, which goes to show that they were working hand in hand. Few days after they removed me, they accused me of this. He has accused me of a lot of things. And if I remember him, he will travel from Switzerland to Germany to answer questions in court here. If I remember Chief, I have it here, red, black and white. He opened an account. But they say he was manipulated. Who manipulated the dozen? Nobody manipulated the dozen. The dozen knew exactly what he was doing. Now, when you listen to the brokers on the 10th, that I had, the good brokers with Italian officers there, they said that a dozen told them that if he can enter Germany account, that Italy is just a walkover for him. So how can they say that he was manipulated? Who manipulated him? Nobody manipulated him. Now we go to another memo he wrote. That was on the 31st of January, 2023. I have it here. Joseph did not know that this very day, that was the day I had a meeting with the lawyer that they lied to, that I closed the account and that I have the money. That the lawyer wrote me a letter, an email and said, where is the money? Where is the account you closed it? Where is the money? Where is the money? And I went that day to tell the lawyer that they lied. He wrote it that same day because they didn't know what happened. Now, in that same memo of 31st, he said, the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra. One thing they don't tend to forget is I'm also a member of this DOS. So why should he say Directorate of State? Why should they go behind me to take a decision behind my back? That goes to show you that they planned all these things with their cabals, but they didn't know it will end up this way. Now, let me read part of this, the first paragraph of this memo. It says, the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra has deemed it most imperative to alert IPOB families worldwide that the final attempt to starve IPOB of funds has been activated by those in charge of IPOB international accounts in Germany. So he was even afraid to mention my name this time around. Why was he afraid? Now he said, final attempt to starve IPO funds. Now, Biafrans, I throw this question to you. Who ended up starving IPOB of funds? The same man writing this grammar. He ended up starving IPOB of funds. He ended up starving IPOB of funds by closing accounts, tampering with the accounts in Germany with his group. Collins even accepted that he applied for credit card in that account and to make changes. He agreed. He acknowledged it on the meeting we had on the 28th of March that started at 6 p.m. So who starves Biafrans of funds now? The same man that was busy writing, not knowing that the chicken has come home to roast. He went to South Africa. They shuffled funds from there, went to Italy, closed the account, took the money, went to United Kingdom. There in United Kingdom, when I was in the account with that one that calls herself Sophia Carlo, there was 15,000 plus left in that account before she removed me. What happened to that money? The one who says that those in charge of Germany accounts, they staff IPO for. He staffed IPO for. So IPOB must hold a dozen responsible for what happened in this struggle. They must hold him responsible for starving IPO funds. They must hold him responsible for disorganizing the unit, disorganizing, removing people that Onyendu said that nobody should touch. Because the code of conduct says that only Onyendu has the power to instate first, to appoint and dismiss. But he was doing his own because he felt being in the DOS now, he has every power. But he was appointed by the same leader. So it doesn't staff people of funds. So Biafran should hold him responsible. Now he went on to say, this is as of 31st of January. The account, mind you, the account was closed on the 19th of January. They went to a lawyer, lied that I closed the account and that the money, I took the money. When it was proven to the lawyer that it was not so. They knew, but they kept this propaganda with their tank criers, those that they've hired to look for who to destroy, but they will end up destroying themselves. Now, the fourth paragraph, towards the end, it says, now he said, all IPOB family units around the world are hereby directed to desist from sending any monthly dues or any funds whatsoever to any account that may be provided by Mrs. Anya. That's what he wrote here. So that's when people now stop paying money into any account that Naya is involved. But they will come, they will play the part that says, Onyendu said, whatever DOS says goes. But the part where Onyendu said, any account that our sister cannot see, any account that our sister is not involved, will be shut down. They refuse. They remove that part. They use this other part to deceive their fans. Now, my question is, am I not part of the DOS? So why should my own instruction be disregarded and his instruction be accepted? Is he in charge of finance? The answer is no. He's not in charge of finance. It's only for administrative, not for finance. That's what they did. That's when Biafran stopped. From January 31st, he wrote this letter, memo, because his name is Mr. Memo anyway. That's when he wrote this memo and circulated it to all Biafrans. That's when they stopped paying. So who ended up starving Biafrans of funds? I want that question to be asked. Who ended up starving Biafra of funds? The same very man who was writing and signing this. That's it. I stop for now. I'll come back again.
Okay, thank you very much, Mama Anya. Yeah, for those that are joining us, this is very, very important. The reason why I brought this up and Madam Anya is here is because of this account that just floated and she was not aware of it. This is the blink of the genesis of what transpired within IPOB, but the finance is very, very critical because they know. That is why they went to our finance. They understood what finance is in IPOB. That's the pillar of IPOB, and that's exactly where they shot the arrow in the heart of IPOB. Chike doesn't know what he was doing, just like Madam Anya have said. I live in the United Kingdom. I'm a principal servant here. What happened in our account in UK, I can attest to that. So it's not something that she's saying that we don't know. And like she likely said, I will play Onyendu voice concerning the finance. And again, I want to reiterate, for those that don't understand the structure of IPOB, within the DOS is at the administrative level, the body of IPOB, and the head of the Directorate of State is Chike Doziem, main on administrative. Then when it comes to media, Chukwudi Ofoma, come to finance, and these three heads are answerable directly to Mazi and Kanu, which every single one of them is aware of this. Or they choose to do so. But I will shock you. When Onyendu was kidnapped in 2015-16, we have a deputy. Never for one day did Uchemofo interfere with our finance. So who are these men? Not even to talk about them. It is very, very important. I will play Onyendu first, then we'll continue.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International.
Anytime you get a call from our sister Nene, then you know you're in very serious trouble. You have done something wrong. Please make sure that our accounting and our audit is up to date. I do not understand the reluctance of some individuals in the US to remit the money that people have contributed to ESN. I don't understand the reason why you're holding it. I don't know what for. Please. And I have maintained that any accounts that we have that Nene cannot see, I do not trust that very account. As long as she doesn't see it, I will not trust it. And very, very soon, I will shut down every account that Nene cannot see.
Biafra Alpha Power Media.
So it is important our people know that because they understood that it is the finance that is the pillar of IPOB, we cannot run without finance. Our leader has been locked up for 5 years now, has been surviving. These individuals, they're careless about our leader welfare. They will come in the open and be lying to our people, but behind the closed doors, you guys can see what they are doing now. So we'll move forward. Mazi Kanunta Kanu, you're here. I don't know if there's anything you need to add, because we have one or two things to talk about, and there's a couple videos we're going to play to talk over it. But specifically about him, powerful. Mazi Kanunta, can you hear me? And Mazi Lawman, which was just add because Madam Anya needed to clear off this finance issue, which as we go forward, we'll be talking about it, because we need to build the confidence back to our people to understand that we have a structure that cannot change until Onyendu said so. And it's been working for us, and it has to work. The first time Onyendu was kidnapped, there was no issue with finance. And Onyendu said it. That's why when Onyendu went to America, I will play that video one day when Onyendu called. Madam Nene told how much we have generated. All the while they're talking about $1 million. When Onyendu opened that up in America, America paid $2,600. That's when American people wake up. So today they went back to the same formation they have used in 2017-18. It's not going to work. So people should wake up. Our people should understand that is the metaphor they have used before, and it's not working. Chike Doziem is just, I don't know, it's too, I don't know how to describe Chike Doziem. I don't want to go into issues, or let's focus on the reality that we are facing right now. 100 men Onyendu have our point. Is thought that is what we are focusing on right now. Everybody should be on board. if you've been called upon to serve, tender, you make sure you do what you've been asked to do. So, Mazi Kanunta, is there anything you want to add on what Madam Anya says before we move to the next topic we have tonight? If you can hear me, unmute yourself.
Thank you very much for having me. I think I'm seconding what Madam Anya said. She said it all. And there are things people need to understand. We can't continue to say every other time that we are deceived. We don't know what is happening. This is a flimsy excuses any other person could give. But one thing is very certain. Everything that happened to IPOB account was premeditated. I said it was premeditated. So it's not something new. It was well planned. From the time Onyendu was renditioned, this issue started in August 2021. All of them were there in the meeting. They were the ones calling meetings, financial meetings. Chikelism can never say that he doesn't know about it. China Samoro cannot deny it. If I Jofo, who is the information minister then, can't say that he doesn't know about it. And a lot of them, they were all having meetings together, deciding what they have to do. That was how they moved to close IPOB official account and move the money to Umeh account. This caused problem between me and them. It raised a lot of dust. I tweeted on it day in, day out, said nobody should allow this to happen. But eventually, they moved the money. And when we talk about it, people will come up and say, oh, they like talking about money. They like talking about money. Far from it. I have to talk about money because I'm contributing to that pot. Because I am an IPOB member. I pay my own dues. So why can't I talk about it? It's a very simple question. And for people who are out there, they'll come out and say, oh, they are talking about this, talking about that. Of course I have to. It is my right. If I'm putting in $1 anywhere, you have the right to ask questions. What is the money being used for? Or when things are not moving the way it's supposed to move, you can call someone and say, stop. What is actually happening? Chikelism, they went for that in United States. They went to South Africa. They went to Italy. They come to Germany. And they were trapped. Because we cannot sit down and watch them make mess of people. Money they never contributed. This is money people contributed internationally. And they are coming to drag it. Ask them how much did they contribute in the whole thing. How much did they contribute in the whole thing? From where Chikelism is residing, in Switzerland, and even in Germany. These people who are running their mouth, most of them are only paying 10 euros. Struggling to pay 10 euros a month, that's monthly dues. And somebody's coming out to tell us what we have to do and what not to do. I mean, it doesn't hold waters. But one thing is very simple. Very simple.
Your line is breaking.
Can you hear me now? I said, one thing is very simple and certain. We must tell the truth.
Intermittency. There is intermittency, yeah.
I don't know where it's coming from. I'm I have a full network here. So that is basically what it is, as it's going. You can't hear me? Then let me stop from here. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, it was a bit on your last remarks about can't hear anything because you keep on fading away. But I think Lawman is out. Let me bring him back in. Lawman, can you hear us?
Yeah, Mazi. The point there, you see, all these things happening as Mazi and Kanunta have just put forward. They didn't just wake up one day and started doing it. You know, it had been planned. So, you know, the other time I everything we have been saying, you know, and I did say, I made a statement. You see, the Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra is not a family name. It's not a name that one person would wake up and say, "Oh, let me go and do corporate affairs. Let me go and register it on CSC." I don't know how they say it in Nigeria. You know, when they say they have just tend to kind of brand this name that when you hear DOS and you will think it's a sort of umbrella that one or two persons, you know, pilot, forgetting that the DOS, the Directorate of States of the Indigenous People of Biafra, is a large umbrella, administrative umbrella. Just as Madam Anya has said, it includes the finance department, which she is the head till tomorrow morning, and other heads of departments in that very umbrella. So Biafrans, lovers of freedom, one thing is certain, bear in mind that when the DOS, that's why till tomorrow morning, I must keep mentioning the directorates of states so that it wouldn't appear that there are one or two persons who own or who tend to, you know, brandish that very name, you know, to their own advantage. So IPOB directorates of state whose order or who is answerable to the orders of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra remains. And the finance department shall never be sidelined. So also the media and other departments in IPOB. So Madam Anya, whatever he has been saying, whatever she is saying now is what is obtainable. So we must hearken to her voice, even as this very account was floated a couple of hours ago. Was that yesterday or the day before yesterday? You know, this is just a trick. A trick. Onyendu has just had announced the movement, the committee of IPOB 100 men, and they tend to float this account and also make it look or appear it is of IPOB's 100 men committee. So I'm very happy as Madam Anya has come on air to, you know, discountenance this very account, and so shall it be. So Mazi, let's delve into what next we have on board. You know.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to say one thing. You can see the flyer on top of the screen. Chike Dozem is a chronicle of a saboteur. There's a particular, you know, article that I wrote about him and his journey. And this man's a monster, like I said. These are DOS renegades. They're renegades. People must understand that this individual don't exist anymore. They're not the first set of DOS. There's some men that we cannot even mention their name that are more honorable than they are. So I think, can you guys hear me?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, so I just want to make sure. So there's more men that has gone through this part, even to remember these individuals. But they will gossip for like 6 months. We'll give them 6 months, and everybody will get tired, and we'll move forward. Okay, let's go into issue that we need to talk about. And again, if everybody should remember the 4 cardinal points, you know, of IPOB. Onyendu have made it clear. We must always remember what govern IPOB. That's why sometimes some people get confused. You cannot get confused. The 4 cardinal points of IPOB remain: fearless before your enemy, speak the truth always, help the poor. The 4th one is good character. It must be of a good character at all times. So those that's trying to steal from IPOB, if you come to serve, it must be diligent to your people. So tonight, we're going to play a little video of what is happening in Nigeria. Let's talk about this Boko Haram issue. We're going to talk about it, but before then, Mazi, a more powerful. I think did we talk about this last week? Did we talk about it last week, Mazi?
No.
Okay. Now, this is the memo Chike Doziem wrote against the more powerful, and our people must be very wary because what they do, these are individuals that are brain dead. You know, a more powerful has been there from the ages, and they don't question what Onyendu says. And this individual, they are no more in IPOB. So our people, Chike can continue to falsify documents because he's Mr. Memo. That's what he does. So I think we need to comment on this again to reiterate our people. A more powerful remain the mouthpiece of IPOB, and that is how it's going to stay. Nothing is going to change on it. You know, so Mazi, if there's Madam Anya or Mazi, there's anything you want to add into this, our people to, people to know. My powerful he is the one that is the spokesman for IPOB, and there's nothing to change that.
Should I go ahead or?
Yeah, go ahead. You
okay.
Can hear you loud
Thank you very much. Yeah, when you look at the so-called memo there, look at the word they use in writing it. It's not the same as what we have.
No.
It's not the same. They have moved on. They have moved on, for goodness sake. Now look at the addresses they have there. It's not our international administrative headquarters that Onyendu approved in 2017. That's not, you don't see the address there anymore. These people have moved on. They are just using the name of Onyendu just to get people so that people will still listen to them. They have moved on. So anything they write is irrelevant. They have lost their bearing long time ago. Long time ago. The very moment they disobeyed Onyendu, that's when they lost their bearing. I don't work with them. I keep saying it. Anybody that disobeys Onyendu and you refuse to carry out the instruction of our leader, I have nothing to do with you. Manaro Manite. Nothing. Because these people, when you are in this our movement, and your spirit do not align with some of these people that are causing confusion, it brings a drawback. These people are drawing us back.
That's true.
They are really drawing us back. They've changed everything. So, how can they say that Ima Powerful is not there? When they were working with Ima Powerful, when he was dishing out all those memos they were writing, oh, fine, he was with them. But the moment he said, no, I don't want to disobey Onyendu again, now he's their enemy.
Yes, of course.
They don't want. That's the way they work. That is their pattern. That is their format. Why do you think they don't like me? Because I refuse to disobey me. Because I refuse to go back. I refuse to join their cabal. And I thank you, Kokika, that I did not join them. That's why you see they don't get on well with me. And if nothing is going to change, they have moved on, Mazi George.
They were. Mazi Kanunta, he saw the memo, and we're speaking over the memo. Ima Powerful remain our spokesperson. It doesn't change. Doesn't matter what they write. This man has moved on. These are renegades, and they remain renegades. They're not the first, and they won't be the last, as long as we move forward.
Thank you, Mazi. This is very, very simple. Like, they are just, they are just playing their games, just like little children, because this shows a clear sign that these people are double agents. That is why they counter everything that means or meant well for the Biafrans, as the case may be. Now they are attacking who is who. Before you attack a Mapafu, they should look at themselves then and ask themselves, to show their faces so that people will know whom they are and where they're hiding. They have to show their faces. So most of them, they were sleeping when a Mapafu was the spokesperson of IPOB. Most of them, they've not even joined IPOB then. So as long as for anyone that is associated with IPOB hierarchy to come out on the social media and be talking nonsense about him powerful, that person doesn't exist. It's the proof that the human beings are actually the devil. We malign daily. They understand? So it doesn't matter what they say. A powerful is there, like you rightly said. I tell people every day, when they come up, they will go and cut off the video, the one that suits them, the audio that suits them, and start talking nonsense. I believe in DOS tomorrow. I do not believe in the cabals in DOS. DOS is the structure that governs IPOB. And I said, in IPOB, we do not have what is called IPOB leadership. Like they are doing, what they have there is DOS leadership. And when they come, they just cut it off and said, we leadership. You think they're talking about DOS? No, they are talking about their own organization they set up secretly, but they're afraid to come out open and said, yes, this is our own organization. They try to go at the back. The ones they picked, they try to change the code of conduct the way it suits them. They try to write a different oath and give to them the way it suits them. And most people went and took that oath and accepted what they wrote as their own code of conduct. That is what they are using to deceive those of them that doesn't know what to do. But I will say, any person that sees what this group of people are writing and they still believe them, you are doing yourself a great disservice. Thank you, Mazi.
There we go. Yeah, we'll move forward. Mazi Lawman, I think everybody have heard that. That is what it is. So let's quickly, because I think the time is moving on. Mazi, let's listen to this video. This as a video we need to play here about what is happening in the zoo. But I think I might just let me play. There's a voice I want to play. This voice is important to play this voice because it is going to marinate what we're talking about tonight. It is a voice of our former deputy leader, but I think it was in 2025. And he was talking, they were in I think maybe in a conference or whatnot. Someone sent this to me. But it's a short video. But the reason why it's important to play it to our people to hear this, for some of those that are still there ranting, is because someone like Uchemofo, we'll mention his name because Uchemofo is not a dead man, he's a living being, the former deputy leader of indigenous people of Biafra, whom that's told us much about Mazi and Nanaka, things we don't know about our leader. We never knew that our leader slept in the car in the Tesco in this country. He was one that unveiled that to us. He was the first person that commanded our people to go and face the zoo without any bare hand, and our people would be mowed down. So he has a responsibility and blood in his hands as well. And that is why I think when the devil possessed him, he walked away, even though he has tried, but he can find out that he's not going anywhere with it. I don't hate him till tomorrow morning because I know there was a time which Omofo was, he never disrespected Onyendu until the devil possessed him. But listen to this voice before we went to the zoo. Probably we'll close the program there. This is Uchemofo's voice when he was talking about this guy, this very mad guy that lives in South Africa.
Yeah, heart to heart with the king. When king, Odorom ka Isiakateka, Nebia Ebayana China Samoruno.
This is actually in Igbo. I will translate what he says after he's finished. But I knew that our people understand it. For those that don't understand Igbo, because this is internationally washed, so we have to translate it to our people, our kith and kin that don't understand the Igbo dialect. This is our former deputy leader in a conference. I don't know what conference was this, but he was addressing something, and it's very, very pivotal. People understand why he was talking, and it's making a lot of sense. That's why I'm playing this video.
Because okwu na-ekwu na etu o si akọndọktọ onwe ya na-ekwutere ana maka Chinasa ọ dị ka okwu ekwuru ma ihe emere nwa iyi. So Ikenga mara mma gị na Chinasa na-agba ndụ ịgbalụ ndụ with Chinasa na anywhere a na-ekwu maka ya, you will defend him even when he's on the wrong side. For the second one.
Okay, making a point here. So I will explain what he just said for those that don't understand Igbo. Now, this is former deputy leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, Uchemofo. He's in a conference talking about, he was narrating about this particular individual they call Ikenga. The Mbulumbili of South Africa, I don't know where he is now, the guy that has run mad, that the guy has issues. But he's worried about him, the way he present himself when he mentioned Chinasa Nworu's name. And he's wondering if there's anything they have in common, or have they taken an oath that he must defend him even when he's in the wrong side. This is what he just said. Pertinently, this is what his worry is about. So he's going to the second point, which I'm going to explain.
You are making mockery of everything you stand for on this platform because of that singular mindset and conduct of yours towards anything concerning Chinasa Nworu. Nna ebukwa ndị Igbo ma Chinasa nwamoye. Kedizie Chinasa na-akọrọ ji n'isi. I don't understand it. If they say you are not defending Chinasa, you are not his spokesperson. You are an adult. Manine emekwazi ka ya sị na aghọtara m ihe ahụ. Ikenga onwero ka ị ga-esi wee exonerate onwe gị from this thing. And just like what other speakers said.
Okay, now, this is the second point he's making. And he's still pointing that he's worried about how Ikenga has been conducted himself anytime Chinasa Nworu's name has been mentioned. That there's no way he can exonerate himself from the whole mess that has happened, that the killers of Igbos, Biafrans, because of the singular, disobedience of Chika Paul Edoziem and his cronies, including Chinasa Nworu. Because what that brought the mayhem in Biafra land was the sit-at-home that Onyendu called off, and the dire leader to instill that sit-at-home. That is the genesis of whatever that has transpired in Biafra land. Before the Southeast governors now import the Boko Haram in our land to come and murder, kill our people. We drove the Fulani herdsmen away. They bring them after they rehabilitate them. That's why I'm going to play their video. Now, Uchemofo is telling Ikenga that he cannot exonerate himself. Uchemofo, if you ever see this video, just that you cannot exonerate yourself from whatever IPOB has done in the past and present, because you knew and you're involved. It's very, very important that you understand this. Just like I have gone into our leader saying whatever you want to say, it's entirely up to you. I'm not going to go after you on that, but I want to talk about this video we are listening to right now, this audio.
It is either that he prophesied, or rather he made a public statement that you are no longer with these guys. But somehow there is a deal between the two of you. The other front because I got
okay, anyway, yeah, his worries is basically about this guy's conduct, and his family is still repeating the same thing. But the reason why I play this voice is to our people to understand whatever Uchemofo is saying to Ikenga, the same thing is applicable to him, to his position towards Onyendu on things that have happened, past and present, because he was part of it, regardless however he's failed. But this is a lesson to people to learn, and the guy continued to still do the same thing, because I just recently saw him when he's analyzing Ejima, when Ejima said that China Samori was the one sponsoring them and OK Foreign, now he's trying to exonerate China Samori based that OK Foreign was the one that masterminded it. But all these things is for story for another day. Mazi, I don't think we need to say anything on this. With anyone that add anything? If not, we'll move forward to play the Boko Haram's audio. You know, what is happening in the north, because no one talks about it. But Mazi, if there's anything you want to add on this before we move forward, please. The audio I just played.
The only thing I would say here, Mazi, is just allow the dead to bury themselves.
I agree with you. I agree 100%. Okay, let's listen. This is what's happening. Let's listen.
Center for the Boko Haram. So
why did Nigerian army doing their mop-up in Biafra land? Listen to what is happening, how they are rehabilitating the Boko Haram and sending them down to our place to come and kill our people. It's very, very important.
That means these have not been rehabilitated yet, and this is like kind of a prison, because this is actually where they have their sentence, you can say, where they're trying to rehabilitate them. So this will be even more risky than before. But let's see if we get the allowance to get in. So this is not so easy to get into this rehabilitation center. So the people are very friendly, and the one is calling his boss, and another is calling his boss, and another was calling his boss, and now we're going to meet with our general of everything. Yeah, they are imprisoned inside here. I'm not sure if these are, they're probably not. If maybe they are, they could be Boko Haram, and then they are allowed to get outside, because he just told me some few of them will get a pass or something to get outside to, get some water here from the well, or maybe, little by little try to go out in the town to rehabilitate. So it could be, but they are inside here, and there's like 100 plus Boko Haram members inside here. Oh, so this is one of the security guys from the rehabilitation center. So he's going with us to the general to get the approval, and he's telling us now that there was an explosion here the 24th of December at Christmas, where there was a mosque, which was there was a suicide bomber, but there was also some people collaborating with these guys, and inside the rehabilitation center, they think that there was a guy collaborating with these Boko Haram from outside. So he's now taken to court, right?
They have took him to the general there.
But how is it possible for him to collaborate with Boko Haram from outside? Because
we can't know. Sometimes they used to go out. They will say that they want to go and buy some things. They will move out from morning till night.
Isn't it a problem that they're allowed to go out when they are like terrorists? Shouldn't they be inside until they are like more rehabilitated?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, when they are released for good, will the government have a place for them?
No, the problem with, when they release them for good, the government will give them some money and give them
to
start some business. Mm-hmm. So they will release them to go back to their area.
So after a long meeting with that very important person inside that office here to get into the rehabilitation center, or at least he thought himself that he was very important. He's a little annoying type, if you know what I mean. But the thing is, it got me in more troubles than a solution to get inside the rehabilitation center, because it seems that all the stuff I was doing, I just been doing, you know, I was not allowed. I needed a permission for everything from the governor, not even from the general. I mean, I needed from the governor to visit all these other places with the Boko Haram and the ones who fight them and everything like that to document it. He was like, which company are you from? Where are you from? I never heard about that, anyone like getting a permission for that without a license from the governor and etc. etc. So I was just like, no, don't worry, I just got a picture with them because I could see where things were going, right? Did you take any videos and stuff like that? But I was like trying to kind of man flirt. I'm like, okay, I see, I totally understand. So you're from here, I heard you were in the military doing a really good job, so I just changed a little subject, he forgot about what I actually just did, which was not allowed.
Anyway, I don't give up so easily, even rejected with a warning from the general. So we head on to another Boko Haram rehabilitation camp, trying to get access, this time the biggest with many hundreds inside.
this is a place. Yeah, this is the headquarters of the rehabilitation center. Maiduguri, which is the rehabilitation center of Boko Haram, basically.
I managed to get inside for a short while, but without filming much, because all eyes were on me, and suddenly I needed to speak with the manager running this place. He told me politely I needed to leave immediately. My contact also told me the general from before had called all the rehabilitation camps and likewise places, warning them. But this is filmed from inside the rehabilitation camp, and this is Boko Haram.
Salam.
Then I heard that the Boko Haram repenters, or as you know, many still with Boko Haram minds, were preparing to get out in the bush and fight. So now the military armed them, so we drove back. But it definitely didn't feel more secure.
Oh, a little more.
This is pathetic. So now they're arming these individuals to go and fight. But they're Boko Haram. They want to go and fight their fellow Boko Haram. Does it make any sense to anybody? They're not sending them to go fight Boko Haram. This is what we've been telling you. They arm these individuals. They send them back to, specifically Biafra land. How could you tell me that these people are Boko Haram? This ideological, consistency they believe in their word ideology on their Islam. But how do you think they're confused? Then they're going to go inside the bush. You want to tell me they will now turn the gun against their own fellow Boko Haram? How possible is that, Mazi? It doesn't make any sense to anybody. Does it make any sense?
This is absolute madness. We know it already. Like, if you look at the newspaper, the names of the people they wrote as the sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria, the key players are not there. The names are not there. What happened to somebody like Sheikh Gumi that goes to negotiate with them and sit down with them and dine with them? What happens to the northern governors who invite these same people, sit down in the same place and dine with them? What happens to the NSA that said that these are our brothers, they are prodigal sons, or they are repented that, they are prodigal sons? What about them, the chief of army staff that come out and said that these people are prodigal sons? So they know those of them sponsoring this jihadism against non-Muslims, yet they are pretending. They are rehabilitating them. After rehabilitating these people, they will send them to Plateau, Benue State, to start killing Christians, to start committing genocide. And they will not speak. The military will not speak. The government will not speak. They move them to Southeast to start hunting people. You see them every day bombarding the whole of Southeast, when there is no single terrorist in Southeast. They are creating that scene to make it look as if something is happening in Southeast. They will rehabilitate them. They don't put them in the northern part of Nigeria to fight their fellow Boko Harams. They'll bring them to Southeast. That is peaceful. You see them killing people at will.
This is madness. This is absolutely madness. As what the man said, let's just hear the video and finish it off before we just
To think about now, because all of them, they have like weapons here as well, so they are former Boko Haram, so you will never know what they're going to do. But they're actually going in the bush now, right? In the bush, even here in the night, they will go out. You will sleep in the bush also?
I'm living like one month in the bush, so they're spending month in the bush before come back.
So now when they go, there will be 1 month?
There is some people now, they come. Some people, they come. They go and replace the person they come and relax more.
So they go on shift?
Yes.
Yeah.
Some come in, some go.
Yeah, so they go out and hunt their old friends, I guess. But it's still very crazy to think about that these people, they have killed a lot of people when they were like in Boko Haram, and then so just now being here with all these former Boko Haram is just crazy, because as you probably know, they did a lot of evil stuff, all of them probably, but now they are trying to do the right thing, or I'm not sure if they are forced to it, and they can probably turn side every moment. Okay, so this was interesting. So now their kind of leader was here, and they were giving ammunition out to these former Boko Haram, because now they're going out in the bush, and he wouldn't let me allow to film that, because the military is also coming, because they will go together with the military, and these former Boko.
Okay, Mazi, I think the most important thing, man, said it, because at least everybody can see that. I mean, this is a foreign journalist. I mean, exposing this, that these are active foot soldiers. So the world to actually see. Because when we were saying it, people think maybe it's lie. You are rehabilitating people that is jihadists. These are jihadists. They don't believe in anything you believe in. They don't. So how is it possible you're going to rehabilitate them and send them back to go and fight their own fellow comrades in bush? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. But we all know, like you said, Mazi. So Mazi, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom, I think everybody have seen. Mazi, there's a video I want to play. I don't know if you allow me to play that video. Audio of Zurumike. You know, it's not like we want to talk about him.
Really, I would suggest you leave him. What for? Has nothing to offer.
Okay, all right. So don't bother with that.
Yeah, but what I want to say here, you see that this rehabilitation of the so-called Boko Haram.
Yeah.
You know, I strongly believe this is the continuation of corruption from the government, Nigerian military. Yes, it's a continuation of the corruption in a more visible way that people can think, oh, we are actually doing something. While at the end of the day, they are not doing anything. They are the ones that will allow Boko Haram to go in and attack military bases and loot their armory and come out. You say we are rehabilitating them. The guns they have, the people they kidnapped, where are they?
Mazi, the device is playing back from your side. I hear the voice coming back. Yeah.
I think it has to be the network, but continue, please. Continue.
Yeah, it's coming back to me. I'm getting the feedback. Okay. Okay, I think it's fine now.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's fine now. It's fine.
So what I'm saying here is that this rehabilitation of this so-called Boko Haram, you know, terrorists in the north, is that this is the expansion of corruption between the government and the security apparatus. That is the only way they can loot, because if you watch how they steal, when they come into when they come into power, or when they are being given such positions, everybody's planning to see a way they can loot, and this is part of it. People who are in rehabilitation are being allowed to go out to do what? What are they going to do? After rehabilitating them, they'll be sent to Plateau State, Benue State, from there downwards to Southeast, South.
Yep.
To continue killing people. So this is an Islamic agenda that is very, very obvious.
Yeah, and if you look at it, these are the people that are giving the men Boko Haram the cover when they finish, because according to what they say, all this Benue, when they ransacking, even they call him, if you call the security apparatus, they don't come. But when they are leaving, they will have people to cover them up. Because this guy is saying they're having shift 1 month in the bush, they come back and other people will go back. So it's madness. I don't understand this, Mazi. This is too.
That is Nigeria. That every crime in the country, in that country, is coming from the Nigerian security agents. That is why sometimes you hear from people who are transporters, you know, they will tell you if you have a good relationship with this security man. Sometimes you'll be driving, doing night driving, you come out somewhere, they will tell you, please, it's 1 o'clock, don't move. After 2 o'clock, you can start driving. That is when they are giving people information. That is when they are going to rob people on the motorways. Between 1, if you pass that road between 1 and 2, you'll be in a very big mess. But to those of them that are giving them money, They will tell them, don't pass that road between 1 and 2. And after that, you can drive safely. So that tells you that all the whole atrocities happening in Nigeria is being organized by the security agents, if they can be honest to themselves.
Yeah.
They should get them where all those people are. They know those who are sponsoring terrorists in Nigeria. American government had a different list, and they are coming out writing nonsense. Somebody sitting in his kitchen just writing names. That is very crazy, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, Mazi, I think we're going to bring this segment on a halt. Mazi, Mrs. Anya, please. I just put up the 100 men on the screen because that is the part we are going now. Whether they like it or not, is either you're in or out. So just give us your closing remarks. Because basically the finance was the key issue that we dealt with there today. There's other things, but we'll leave it for the next segment we're going to hold here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what I have to say is Biafrans hold a Doziem responsible for what happened and is still happening. Hold him responsible. He failed. They have moved on, as you can see from their memo. The letter-headed paper they are using, they are no longer with us. I will advise people just follow the right way. Those of us that are with our leader, join us, we are in the right path. Listen to our brokers from Biafra Radio, share, like, and comment. This is where you get the truth, nothing but the truth. The 100 men, so it's on, nothing can change it. But join your family group, talk to them, evangelize, diplomacy. For example, there were 3 things now, according to the memo, according to the message from Emma Powerful. The 3 things that we need to concentrate on now. Number 1, intensifying global campaigns and rally demanding the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. Number 2, expanding diplomatic efforts across continents to promote the call for an independent Biafra. And the 3rd one, organizing activities to commemorate the 30th May 30th, 2026, our Heroes Remembrance Day. As we all know, next month is May. It's high time we start our preparation to honor our dead, those that died for our sake. It's very important. Your family unit, join them and do the needful and contribute to the account that is approved by our leader. Not this one, please. This 100 men one that they are floating here and there, more will come. The Doziem and his group will bring out their own. I also see, I read somewhere where they say for ESN, do not donate any money into any account that's posted by Tina Samoru and their group. Do not donate funds to that account. It's not approved. And this one that they have, the USA, IPOB, whatever website, is not approved. Please do not donate money there. He staffed IPOB of funds, and he's here talking about Mrs. Anya starving IPOB funds. Ask him, what happened to all those money, the money they have collected since 2023 to date? What happened to it? Where is the fund? What happened to the fundraising? Even here in Germany, they raised funds. What happened to it? What happened to the one they raised in Switzerland? What happened to the one every time in the United Kingdom? They will account for each and every one of these funds. Right from national accounts in USA, the one of Umeh account, the one in Germany, all those fundraising, including the one Collins and his group in 2022. They will account for the one in Italy, the one in United Kingdom, the one in South Africa, the one in Canada. There's so much work. They cannot escape it. So be vigilant. When they come up with any fundraising or any attack, ask questions. And if I see any one of them again, I will come on air and announce it. This very one is fake. And we are going to place it on our Biafra Radio. Anywhere you see it, please mark it fake. It is fake. It is not approved. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless each and every one of us. Do not be discouraged. Do not be weak. Even though they have done a lot of harm to this struggle, but we are still here. Nothing is going to stop the restoration of Biafra. Nothing is going to stop us from supporting our leader. Please remember our leader in your prayers every day and remain steadfast. Thank you very much. That's all I have to say for now. Dero from Germany.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mrs. Anya. Thank you. This is the voice of our head of finance. Thank you for coming. Mazi Kanunta, please give us your closing remark as we depart.
Fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, Mazi, Umeh, thank you for hosting us. And we've said it today in this platform the way it is. We are here to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Sometimes the truth might be bitter, but it's meant to be told. And like Madam Anya said, anything you're not sure of, anything you see you're not sure of, ask questions. When you ask, you will learn and learn better. Thank you for having me, Mazi. Thank you very much. Right from here for the Biafran.
Good night. Mazi Lawman, my co-host, please take the stage for the closing remarks before we depart. Mazi Lawman.
Our people for having been with us. Thank you for having been with us thus far, our people, our viewers and listeners.
There's a noise. Okay, it's fine now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a whistling noise in the background.
I just want to thank everybody for listening, for joining us, and for we've gone past broadcast, for having stayed tuned, up to this point in time. We urge you, everybody still listening, share this broadcast and stand in the way of truthfulness. Remember the 4 cardinal points of IPOB: fearlessness, truthfulness, charity, and being of good character. So ensure at all times you stand on the path of truthfulness and of good character. By this, I would wind down on my own part on this segment or episode of our broadcast. We shall come on air as we did put forward the last time. We are going to be, coming on air and make sure we don't starve Biafrans of information and what is, going on. So expect us in the next couple of hours. We shall bring you updates and ensure you listen attentively to heads of departments in this very movement, the finance and the media. These 2 departments are very important. Finance being the pillar and media, as they say, information is power. So we must ensure we bring you updates, analyze things as they unfold. Also in the next couple of days and weeks to come, Onyendu's appeal in court, is gaining grounds, and ensure you tune in on this very platform as we also update you on that. So meanwhile, I shall stop at that point. Mazi Umeh, I think we have tried, having stayed here for more than 80 minutes. I think it's time to wind down. Thank you.
No, Mazi, Izuchukwu Mazi. Izikechukwu Onora. I'm Izuchukwu. Izuchukwu is my name. That's my name. There, my brother. Yes. This is my co-host Mazi Lawman, and as Lawman Obichie. Fellow comrade, as we are winding down, definitely probably before the weekend, we will come up again. And subsequently, there will be more voice coming up on Biafra Radio very soon as we unveil them, everybody will know, because this is the platform that our leader have approved, and it's for Biafrans. It's not for me. It's not for any other person. It's not for Kanunta Kanu. This is the radio that approved by our leader. So Biafrans should take note. Let no one deceive you, and it's not for propaganda. This is for purposely to disseminate information to our people, to the grassroots movement that IPOB has known for. That's exactly what we are doing here, and we will continue to do it. And I pray that Chukwabiyama will give us more understanding and wisdom, to propel our journey. And the reason why we've centered on finance tonight is very, very pivotal. And because in the past, when you have said it, every organization that we form, especially the Igbo extraction, once hands has changed money, then there must be a problem. That is why when you said that no man should near our finance, it was very clear, stipulated. That is why the head of finance is a female, and it has stayed that way before this man decided they want to, poke their nose in things that don't concern them. They have their positions. They're supposed to be man and deal with it. But thank God that things are now getting back to normal. All we are saying is that people need to start dealing with their mental health, because sometimes we don't believe that we have a mental health. But mental health is very important. Mental health is by looking after your own well-being. Sometimes somebody will say something to will trigger you, but you need to absorb it first. And we must understand that we need to know how to handle our emotion. We are not kids. Throwing tantrums will not solve any problem. But it's not every issue that you use your voice to diffuse. There's things sometimes you need to the best answer is to keep quiet. So, if we really want to be taken serious, then we need to understand that sometimes we need to behave, being guarded. And especially we are falling back on emotions. You can't lead with emotion. It's not impossible. It's not. So I will leave us with this. And I believe that as this 100 men is gearing up, people must prepare themselves for the job ahead of us. And like I said, Biafra Radio, we have more voice very soon, and it will be unveiled to Biafrans, and we'll take it from there. And it's from me from here. It's good evening, London, and most importantly, may Chukwabiyama continue to preserve our leader, giving the fortitude as he has propelled to make sure that what we're asking for is given to us. May he and his entire household and generation be protected by Chukwabiyama and Biafra at large, and those that have died in this journey as we remember them on the 30th of May next month. Thank you, and it's good evening from here.